125-pound Muay Thai title on the line here in the co-main event of the evening of Conflict 53 Ladies Night. All business Amy Peduto. That is a pretty good nickname, Coach, let me tell you, because online she has such a fun and bubbly personality, but when she gets in here, she is all business, all violence, and I've seen nothing less than that from Julie Cohen as well. So this has all the makings of a great violent fight.
Yeah, and one thing is, Julie Cohen is kind of working her way into Amy Peduto's best range. We see like Julie's trying to work into this clinch fight, find the elbows early on, but Julie Cohen doesn't have the most graceful boxing style. So her walking to that range is giving Amy her best shots off the bat.
She is a lot taller and a lot longer and heavier in the clinch than Peduto, but Peduto's got a lot of strength.
Yeah, Julie just landed a really flush inside elbow. Like I said, she has to try and beat Amy's boxing with her elbows. And that's exactly what she's looking for. She's looking for stiffer, long punches down that middle. She's not engaging in the hook fight. She's looking for her hands down that middle to find the elbows.
Man, Julie Cohen really dragging, really putting all that weight on Amy Peduto. You saw that she put a little too much weight on her and kind of fell to the canvas, but it's clear that she's really trying to hang on and wear on Amy Peduto and slow her down a bit.
Right off the bat, she definitely wants to anchor onto her and just try to establish the clinch fight early.
All right, Peduto and Cohen find themselves in the center of the ring. It's been a lot of clinch work from Cohen so far, and she's getting back in on this clinch now. Peduto's got to find some inside punches or elbows if she wants to earn the respect and turn this back into a technical striking fight, and she is doing so now, landing big strikes on Cohen, and Cohen's looking to clinch and avoid the danger of those strikes. As we go down with 10 seconds left, it's Peduto who's controlling the clinch along the wall against Cohen. Cohen's fighting back with a lot of strength, but it's Peduto who's landing the shots as that round ends. Very interesting round. A clear game plan from Cohen to wear on and hang on Peduto and try to slow her down, kill some of that explosiveness, kill some of that power and that strength, because I think that is going to be a problem if she is not able to mitigate those factors. Amy Peduto hits hard for this weight class, very hard. Jeff Grady very animated in the corner here. He is so in the zone right now. Has a lot of fighters on this card. You see Kayla Hennessy in the corner. She just fought. She's out here supporting her teammate. That Stand Strong martial arts team, the 5 Points Academy, they've come down to conflict before. They've been here in this position before, the hostile territory. And like we said, Julie Cohen is a game veteran. So this is not an unfamiliar spot for her. And she's using a game veteran strategy here in the opening rounds. 4 more to go. And we'll see if she's able to continue clinching on to Amy Peduto at will. Nice circling from Peduto, but now Cohen's landing some shots. Not content just to clinch. She's actually punching her way in now. Yep, Cohen on the cage wall, controlling a lot of the action on that cage wall when the clinch does come. Peduto's strong, though. If the technique is off just by a little bit, Peduto takes over the clinch, and now she's landing with power here on the attack. It's Peduto.
Like I said, Julie is putting herself right into Amy's fight, and that's what we just saw from that combination right there. Julie is still really hunting for those frames to elbows, and she's putting herself right into Amy's fight. This is something you see from more traditional Muay Thai schools or traditional Muay Thai stylists like Julie fighting a very Dutch-based fighter like Amy.
And now it's Peduto controlling the clinch. You're seeing that as the fight goes on, the strength of Cohen is starting to waver a bit. And it's Peduto who's controlling the action. And this is what really got Cohen in trouble against Toole, is she let her work the body in the clinch, just let the body work happen. And that was what caused her to, really go out on the stool.
Yeah, man, Julie was definitely responding back from those body shots. Me personally, definitely try to, find knees on the cage right there. Clinch back in and find knees on the way on the cage. But, man, you know what? Julie's giving Amy her best shots once again.
Peduto doing a good job of going down to the body and then coming back up top, but she is eating some punches from Cohen in response.
Amy has always been a give and take kind of fighter. She finds her best combinations once that person lands one. It's kind of like a switch. Like when she gets hit, she always gives back 3 or 4.
She ends that round strong. That is a much better round for the Charleston Muay Thai corner. And you gotta like Amy Peduto as this fight carries on. She is really circumventing the strategy of Cohen in a very interesting way. Grady has her stepping outside and throwing the overhand, which is really dissuading a lot of that clinching.
Yeah, and that's what she needs to do. She needs to find shots. Look, Julie's giving her that straight line. Jeff called the right thing. Overhand offline. Pull her into your punches now. It's what you should do. Kind of curious to see what Julie's coach is going to tell her, because she seems really committed to finding those elbows.
You can see in the corner the coach keeps going with the upward elbow motion and the outward elbow motion, as they're clearly looking for that to pay off. But we're in the third round now, Trev. If you're not finding those elbows by this point, you need to kind of consider a new strategy.
They are finding the elbows, but they're initiating Amy's all business button. I swear to God, every time Amy gets bopped, she gives back 3 or 4.
And we see it here. Pressure. Peduto continues to pour it on. Cohen really trying to muscle him back in the clinch. Jimmy Neely really letting this one play out. Looking for that trip, looking to go to the back on the clinch here. That'll get a separation going. And I think Peduto is dealing a lot more damage. You know, if you're going to rely on a strategy where you're doing a lot of clinching and trying to tire your opponent out, it never looks really good if your opponent never gets tired.
You know, that last shovel punch, that was right off the hip. It was so perfect. It was right next to the belly button. And Julie's body, her composure really changed big time off that. Look, Julie's blinking a lot. She did not like that body shot. She's finding those in elbows, but Amy is ready to counter with the longer punches. And now Amy is firing down the middle. She's making Julie walk into her shots while she's stepping back out. That's a great change of that's great cornering from Jeff Grady to get Amy a bit more mobile from her shots.
Just like the Tool fight.
It was right there again, that shovel, once again on the outside. I love it.
Just like the Tool fight, Cohen is starting to be broken by this Muay Thai fundamental strategy from Peduto.
Well, this is way more of a Dutch fight, and that's how Anna broke her, with the up-down combinations, being in front, attacking all levels. And now that Amy's found that sweet spot to that body, she's going to keep going back. And there's that switch to overhead, very clean. Amazing showing from Amy.
Oh, wow! Peduto really rearranging Cohen in the corner. That's 3 strong rounds in the books for Amy. All business, Peduto.
Yeah, that first round was a great measuring. Now Amy is just finding a lot of momentum. She's one of those fighters that she knows the more she lands and she sees it, the better she gets. She keeps putting on that gas. This is a great showing for her. Yeah, you can see Julie she's not having a good time on that stool right now.
It looks like here we go again. I'm getting serious deja vu from the Tool fight.
Her coach is showing a lot of urgency, but man, coach, you got to change what your fighter's doing. It's not doing her any favors. Coaches have to be ready to adapt. And Jeff has been making Amy fight the same fight, but a bit better each round. While Julie, that coach is making her do the same thing. Coach, make her do something freaking different, or maybe show her how to do something more than just step right in front of somebody.
All right, championship rounds here in this Muay Thai affair. And now it's Amy Peduto.
The elbows.
Yeah, finding the elbows up the middle inside. Those coveted elbows that Cohen's been looking for all fight. They're finding home for Peduto now. And Peduto's really controlling the muscle in the clinch.
Yeah, Julie's having a hard time really getting herself back into those exchanges. She's kind of walking with that shell, just looking for elbows. She's looking like Christian Bale and Batman, just throwing bows and that's it. But man, in a Muay Thai fight, you need a bit more. And
especially with the pads on.
And Amy, great angle from that left hook for Amy.
It was an amazing step-off hook for Peduto. She's so clean with it. And the crowd is chanting, "Let's go, Amy."
You see Julie's getting hesitant on the outside, and Amy really wants to see that. Amy loves to see someone hesitate, but she'll just fight on that person right there.
Jimmy Neely calling for the break. Peduto's ready to go. Cohen comes right back in looking to charge with those elbows, but it's just not going to work. I mean,
Amy has a lot of touching him. Amy is ripping him.
yeah, and now Amy is the one really applying the weight in the clinch and wearing on Cohen. This fight has really, really shown a very good IQ for Amy Peduto fight IQ-wise.
Very, very impressive performance, man. Really showing that she knows how to do everything in here.
Yeah, she completely took over this fight. She had a momentary adjustment after the first round where she got clinched a lot, and ever since then, it's been all Peduto. As we go down the stretch here in this fourth round, it's looking like another strong finish for her. There it is. She likes to end those rounds with a big flurry, and that was no exception, huh?
Yeah, Amy's done a great job of now just attacking up that middle. She was swarming with hooks earlier, but her game has now changed to up the middle. She's doing a great job of interchanging straight punches, those inside elbows, and really making Julie is doing that same thing again and again, and it just keeps playing more and more in Amy's favor on that.
One round remains in this Muay Thai title fight. Julie, Cohen, and the 5 Points Academy are in the corner, and they're looking for the answers. Peduto, 3 strong rounds in a row in the books. May have even won the first round, depending on what you score and what you judge.
Julie's face is starting to show that she's been in a fight. And that's the difference. You know, Julie's been touching, Amy's been throwing and ripping those shots.
Those vertical elbows for Peduto are really, really putting a stop to the clinch now.
And that in elbow, that uppercut elbow is one of my favorite techniques to teach and have people throw in a fight. And look, when you can control that center line, you're going to find it. The big thing is that Julie keeps kind of stepping. Where, man, Amy is just, you see her throwing, ripping, flying over elbow. Are you kidding me?
Let me tell you, this is a violent woman, brother. She is mangling Julie Cohen in here right now.
To come a little bit from those elbows and that pressure. And Amy, when she sees that, she gets fired up.
Peduto landing clean. You couldn't ask for a better performance out of Peduto.
Amazing performance, stepping right into that shovel punch, keeping that range.
Cohen holding on for dear life, but she eats a big elbow.
Big elbow had her stumbling, and she's trying to step into the same thing over.
Peduto really timing her in the clinch. Really bullying her. He's going to get the standing 8 count.
And you know what? Like, Julie showed some disapproval, but it's in the fighter's best interest, man. If he sees her in a tough spot, he's got to get to that break. Wow. Absolute shutout for Amy Peduto on that one.
Amy Peduto on her biggest stage yet so far of her fight career delivers, and delivers in a humongous way. She completely took over that fight. After the first minute, it was all Amy Peduto. An incredible performance from Charleston's very own. Might be the toughest bartender in Charleston, man or woman. Let me tell you, if Anna Toole is the queen of Charleston, Amy Peduto has proven herself to be the Duchess. For the Gamma Muay Thai title, she gets it done via complete shutout, in my opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, Amy Peduto has arrived.